we'll go ahead and get this thing going. Georgie's she's
Yeah,
producing right now, so she'll let us know if things go wrong.
she is correct, mate. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome, awesome. Um, yeah, so I wanted to get. We've been trying to get on for a minute now, trying to line up everything and get the times right. And
Yeah,
obviously, you've been really busy. Um, but yeah, we met through. We came together through coffee and fitness, and since then it's been great. You've been helping me out a lot, and I really appreciate it. It's been great to see your your journey. I've known you for what now, maybe 8 months, 8 months or something.
yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, yeah.
So just going
And
through the major with you basically. And
yeah, pretty much. Hey, there's two things in life that I can't live without, mate: coffee and fitness. Um, and they go hand in hand. Like, actually, Georgie and I live in Scotland, right? And we went for a long, like a hike with some friends on the weekend, and um, I wasn't able to, I don't know, like set myself up correctly for the morning, meaning I didn't bring, or I didn't have a coffee. And it must be like a fitness thing, because the guys that we're walking with and hiking with were like saying the same thing. It's like, because I was like, oh, I just need a coffee. I just need a coffee. They're like, it must be a fitness thing, because all fitness people, all people that are into their fitness are just like in love with their coffee. And I agree. Like, ever since I've been doing fitness, let's just say, I've just loved my coffee, and as it's come to the point now, it's um, I can say that I'm, what's the right word to use? Like, I'm a coffee critic. You know, I personally don't want to waste money, but waste the coffee by having a terrible coffee. So
yeah, and when the other thing I think with the fitness part is just the consistency, right? Like keep getting your routine going, feeling good. Comes down to it almost becomes like a supplement. At least for me, it did. And
it is, yeah,
getting up, going through the routine, and then training, meeting up with friends at the coffee shop before a long
yeah,
ride or a run. And then I had a guy named Gordy when I was down in Encinitas, and he was one of the first Ironmen. He did one of the first Ironman triathlons ever, and so it was great.
right,
I could go in there, get my coffee, and he'd give me running tips and everything else. And yeah, I just had some great conversations. Right, made some great friends over coffee, and there's
yeah.
nothing worse than being having your body feel upset either from having some bad coffee.
Correct, mate. Yeah, correct. And I'm lucky enough that I get the Resolute coffee sent over to me, and mate, yeah, like last week, where were we? No, 2 weeks ago in Cologne, we had like the week in Cologne, and I'm that person now that brings my own grinder, my own coffee, my own cylinder and stuff. And yeah, it's because I don't want to leave it to chance to get bad coffee, but I'm drinking the Black Condor from Colombia, which is probably like, I love all your coffee, Brian, but I think it is Georgie and my favorite. Uh, yeah, that we've tried. I love it.
Does Georgie drink it black as well?
Yeah, she drinks it black as well. Yeah,
Nice. All
yeah,
right. So
yeah.
you guys, how long have you guys been together?
We actually so this is the other day. We've been together just over 18 months. Just over 18 months, yeah. So we met we met probably, like, we started dating like a month before my first Hyrox. So it's been great that, like, it was kind of like the start of our relationship and also the start of my like Hyrox journey, is like at the same time. So, and like, we're obviously living abroad and doing what we're doing, like not at home and not in our, I don't know, like normal life back in Australia. So we're loving it, mate. Like, we're absolutely loving what we're doing. Yeah.
Was she into High Rocks? Did she already know about High Rocks before you met her?
She had no idea. And also, just on that, like, Australia had no idea. No one had any idea back home, and this was in October 2022. Not that I told a lot of people, but like my mates and stuff are like, "What are you going over to London for this fitness event?" A lot of people, and I think a lot of people still do back home, look at it and go, "Oh, that's CrossFit." Like, and you're like, no, it's not. But yeah, she had no idea. But she comes from a very sporting and let's just say competitive background, so it didn't take her that long to kind of understand what it's all about. And now, you know, she's done a few High Rocks now, and yeah, like really enjoying, I guess, like her own journey through it as well. Yeah.
It's got to be important, right? I mean, or maybe not. I don't know if important's the right word, but it's definitely beneficial to have a partner that's. She seems pretty determined as well, and like you said, competitive, and then fun. It seems like you guys have a lot of fun. You guys
Yeah.
goof around a lot, and you're always laughing at each other, and you know, watching your YouTube. It's just fun. It's just neat to see, and it seems really genuine. It's really cool. It's awesome.
Thanks, man. And like, I think that's something from my end, and I hope Georgie would say the same, right? Like, I think I take for granted that, like, I'm living abroad and doing what I'm doing over here, like, one with the love of my life, but also my best friend. Like, and I do take that for granted. You know, I'll be honest with you, the last 6 weeks before that Cologne race that I did, Georgie and I were just so dialed into a routine to prepare for that Cologne race. And I wouldn't have been able to do that if Georgie didn't want to either, or if she was not the support that she is. But to be honest, she did that because that's what she likes as well. That's the routine of just like getting it done every day, like all the training, but also the nutrition processes and going to bed early, and recovery protocols. Like, you know, like she could have turned around and been like, this is, you know, what are we doing? But
Right.
that's what she wanted to do as well. And also, like, she obviously wanted to support me. But where I'm going at here is like, yeah, I am very lucky that we are very similar in that regard, and we're, you know, on our own separate journeys, but together in this fitness space, and we're loving it. And we're appreciating every day to be able to do what we're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a key piece of equipment, right? And probably one of the most important parts is having somebody like that there with you.
Yeah, 100%. And that doesn't mean you can't, you know, that doesn't mean you don't have people out there that are in relationships that aren't very, like, they don't have similar, like, values in regarding the grind and the process of training, and that's fine. But I think I've got the luxury of doing it with my partner by my side, you know.
Yeah. I saw you talk to Florian. I haven't had the chance to watch that one yet, but so I'm sure you guys talked about Cologne, but it was in our household, since I've known you and you've raced and you've done the majors, when my kids wake up, they know that there's a High Rocks race, and they know that there's a major, and they know what it means, and they know that you're racing. And so after that race, I mean, I woke up and you know, watched what I could watch and watched the videos. And you know, so when they woke up and I told them and my wife, and everybody was pumped, man. Everybody was really happy for you. It's been
That's exciting.
It's been
Yeah.
I I've never been a professional athlete, but just competing and training and getting to those finish lines, those emotions that you showed, I've definitely experienced that. And so just watching you go through this last year, it's been great, man. It's been great. And you've been, this community that you've built with your team, and just being involved in the chat and watching everybody, have these conversations and learn from each other. I think that's it is a vital, there's no thinking about it. It's a vital thing, and it's an awesome thing that you're providing by bringing everybody together and creating something.
Yeah.
The best part is people can go to races wherever, and if they see a JK shirt or, hopefully a Resolute shirt, they know that they have a friend, they know that they're not there alone. And I think that's really cool, man.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And like, just on that, I said this, I think, to someone the other day, all this kind of Elite 15 process and trying to make it, or the Elite 15, like none of it would matter if it wasn't for Georgie, number one, but then also my hybrid coaching team, and the support that I get from all my athletes as well. And then, mate, like, when I hear a story like you just said then, where like your kids who I've never met, and your wife who I've never met, they're so bought in, they're so bought in on a journey like mine. It's just so, it's something that I can't take for granted, because that's so exciting from my end. That, Cologne race, mate, like, as I said, and I don't want to bore the listeners, because I've said it a few times. That was like my A race, obviously, trying to make the 15 before Cologne, but also not being able to achieve that. It was, do or die for me in Cologne. Like, in my head, it wasn't because I was able to go to Anaheim. But long story short, like, I changed everything, changed everything for 5 weeks beforehand, and it paid off. I took the risk to change everything, and it paid off. So I'm sitting here now, like, that's all well and good, and I'm very proud of what I did 2 weeks ago, and how it all went. But also, like, it's interesting how life moves on, and also, like, that's all well and good now. It's a distant memory, and we're back to the drawing board now for Nice in 7 weeks' time.
Do you feel a different kind of motivation now, or do you still feel the same fire, as far as like the same kind of the same determination to get that qualifier? Has that carried over now? Like, are you're ready to go?
It's interesting, Brian, and you'd understand this, being a part of my coaching team, right? I'm the first to really try to acknowledge and articulate that internal motivation is the most important driving force for any athlete, right? Internal validation, or internal motivation and accountability. But I'll be honest with you, and I don't think he understands this, but having Anthony Pericini by my side has done me wonders as an athlete. And it's just as simple as, like, just a couple of things that he could have said before the Cologne race, like gearing me up, like, and like him giving me the confidence to be able to, like, understand that I was in 54, 55 shape. And knowing that from someone else is actually really, really important. So to go back to your question, though, yeah, like, I feel I feel different. I really do. I'm the same person, but I'm a totally different athlete because of the process and the journey that I'm on with Anthony now. how he's totally changed my my training processes, and even the way I look at Hyrox now is so different. So my motivation has always been there, and you'd probably know that. Like I've always been motivated, and I've never like enjoyed that word, right? Because I feel like it's, you don't necessarily need to be motivated, but my goals and my vision has shifted in a such a different way now. Yeah.
Did you watch Anthony this weekend at DECA?
I did. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you see how hot he went out?
Mate, I've got stuck into him about it. He went out. Oh, I've never seen someone that looked such on a mission. He was out in force. And then I don't know if you noticed it, but the camera went to Lauren, and Lauren had such a grin on her face about it as well. So but yeah, you know what, like obviously we all know what Lauren has achieved and what she's all about in this space, and more importantly how she is as a person. But it's so good to see, like, you know, her and my coach Anthony doing what they did on the weekend. Like, you know, like they're all about being a part of this community, but also throwing down when the time's right together as well.
Yeah, we were there. We were there for it. And
oh, cool, man. Yeah.
So I was watching. I saw him start, and Anthony just and
took off. Yeah.
Like, what? And I was like, man, this dude means business. I've never seen him compete, so I was like, holy shit, this is going to be wild. And yeah, it was good. It was good. My kids, my daughter met Lauren at the first DECA she went to a couple of years ago, and so she's been following Lauren. So she wanted to stay and watch Lauren, and so did I. I wanted to watch that team event, and it was wild, but
it was good.
That is cool. He seems like a really like he's man, like I don't even, like a wizard, like the way that he analyzes things and the numbers, and listening to him talk about stuff. It's pretty cool, man. And it's just their demeanor is really cool.
I think you've just created a nickname for him, the Wizard. The Wizard, because like that's how like he is, man. Like he is a wizard with all this, and mate, like he's so, but not only like wizard with like articulating, well, like numbers and data and training processes, but he's a coach, like, and like a true coach. I still remember the Washington major, which was start of March. I had just started working with him like a week before. And I was there on the Friday night, warming up. The girls were on. So Lauren was racing, and she absolutely smashed that race. And I still remember like Anthony, like I noticed him, and I hadn't met him yet, but I noticed him and obviously went up to him. But like, and I'm saying this in such a really positive way, but he was so fixated and so dialed into Lauren's race that he couldn't talk. We had a quick chat, but he was just like all about you know, making sure that Lauren's on her paces and stuff like that. And like, you know what, I loved seeing that right from the word go with him. And that's what he's like. Like he got up at 3:30 or 4 or something to watch me the other day, and because he's so bought in as well. So he's not just a wizard with you know, like the data and the numbers of training and Hyrox, but he he's such a great coach when it comes to like trying to get the most out of the person as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I noticed what you're saying also this weekend when Lauren was racing and he was following her around and he was making sure she, like you said, he was on. I didn't even try to talk to him. I wasn't trying to get in the middle of that.
No, you
They
don't.
had a
Yeah.
plan and they
Yep.
executed it, and it
Yep.
was beautiful.
Yeah.
You are not going to come to Anaheim, right? You don't have to, so you're not coming.
And I'm sorry to say, I'm so glad I don't have to. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to go. I'm going to race.
You're racing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to go race. Go make that
singles.
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome, mate. Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you feeling for it? And it's what, 3 weekends away, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel really good. And DECA, this last week, the workouts that I did and then competing at DECA, I feel better than ever.
That's
so
good. Yeah.
The different stuff that you've been sending me is definitely kicking in. The zone 2 stuff that I hated, a couple months ago,
Yeah.
and didn't want to do and thought it was stupid. I'm definitely seeing value in that. And then noticing, I don't remember what I was watching. I was watching something you were talking about how low. Oh, it was on your Jake. It was on your, you were talking about your heart rate and how you woke up and your heart rate was low.
Yeah.
And I've been noticing that a lot more. I've been noticing, a significant change in my heart rate, especially with the recovery. Nice. So yeah, we're good to go, man. We're good to go. Man. I'm ready. We're ready.
And I guess, and this, like, it's not necessarily about the next 3 weeks that's the most important, because it's the last couple of months and how consistent you've been, which is the most important. But there'll be, I'll be throwing you a few like really good quality sessions to really test you out for the next 2 or 3 weeks to really see where you're at before that race. And just dull yourself into a bit more of a race like strategy as well, and understand like what you can do in relations to your paces. And we've gone over that in relation to like your, what pace you've been doing your thresholds at and stuff like that. So yeah, it's funny because 2 or 3 weeks out of a race, like I think everyone naturally starts like going, okay, like, crunch time, like we need to be like very serious and whatnot. But I'm the first to say that like the work's been done, like, 2 to 3 weeks out, that's where like the excitement and the nerves kick in, and it is very important to get everything done and to make sure that your recovery is all well and good. But 2 to 3 months prior to that is when it all counts, right? Like 3 to 4, 5, 6 months is when it all counts prior to your race. And mate, I'll be honest with you, like, we talk most weeks and you've been pretty consistent, tell you what. So who knows what you'll be able to do, mate? Who knows?
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate your help. And then also, switching things up and kind of catering to my life and what I can get done also. I appreciate your time. I know you put a lot of time into this as well as your training. So I definitely don't take it for granted, man.
Always, man. Always. Yeah. Absolutely.
And then I do have one question. Do you have like a set benchmark workout or anything that you like to do to kind of test your fitness or see where you're at?
That's a good question, right? Like, right now, like, no, I don't. I used to have like, I'll be honest with you, like, for the last 10 years, like I've just been like, searching the hurt locker, like, if that makes sense, right?
Oh yeah.
And I've been doing that from my off my own bat, and just like training myself, coaching myself, and just enjoying like understanding how hard I can push myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
I still remember like a workout that I used to do in lockdown when it was when COVID was like real in Australia, and I wasn't able to go to the gym, but I had a rower. I did every Monday. It was just like a plan for every Monday. I hit this workout, and the workout is an EMOM as long as you can go. So an EMOM till death, and it's like what I did, and obviously you can scale it, but what I was trying to hit was first minute 20 cal row, second minute 15 burpees, right? And I remember like every Monday doing that, and I was insane. I remember doing that for an hour and 4 minutes one day.
God.
An hour and 4 minutes. And you know why it was an hour and 4 minutes is because there was this British guy that I got the workout from who did it for an hour. And I just wanted to prove myself that I could do it for an hour and 4 minutes.
Jesus.
Anyway, like going back to like a workout, like and that's a terrible workout, right? Like absolutely terrible workout. But no, I agree with Anthony, right? Like like I don't have, and I don't think he does either, like a staple workout to try to hit to see where you're at. Because at the end of the day, it just depends on what period you're at with your training and whether or not you've raced a lot this year or what the goal is coming up as well. It totally shifts. Like it's like my goal for Last Chance Qualifier will be different to the Worlds coming up. So why would you try to mentally tell yourself if you're good or bad by saying let's hit this workout? But what other ones? I used to do 10 rounds for time, 500 row, 500 ski, 10 rounds for time, 500 row, 500 ski. And that's like if you really have a crack at that and really get into the pain cave, that sucks. Like and so like boring and basic and just terrible. And
10 that was 10 rounds. 10 rounds
10 rounds for time, start on the rower, 500 row, 500 ski.
All right.
500 row, 500 ski. I think my best time is a 37:20 for that.
Okay.
37:20. And obviously the most important thing about that workout is the transitions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like making sure that you've got the ski and the row set up very close to each other, but also that doesn't matter if you're not just like finishing the row and immediately trying to crank the ski and vice versa. It's the most important thing about it's not actually the cadence and your row efficiency and your ski efficiency. It's actually like the transitions, because you got 10 transitions. Well,
Yeah.
you've got more. You've got 20. Yeah, you got 20 transitions. So there you go.
Yep.
There you go. So I might get you to do that one before. I'll be in the next 2 weeks before taper starts. But yeah, it's a good blowout.
All right. Did you pick your relay team? You got that thing figured out yet?
Not yet. No. We're working. Let's just put it this way. We're working very hard to get some really top-notch athletes, us Australians. So stay tuned.
Okay.
Stay tuned, and we're not doing it for funsies and just to be out there with the to fill in numbers. Mate, it's going to be tough to go against your American team. I'll be the first to say, man, like that is just like, I saw that and I was just like, oh my God, I'd love to just watch it more than anything. And like, sorry, I'm rambling, but Georgie and I were talking about it the other day. And I was like, I wonder what Hunter, like, I wonder how they're going to split it up, like who's doing who. You'd think, right, from my end, Hunter's going to ski and then Hunter will burpee. And then I'm thinking Kent will row, and then sled push or pull. And then the girls will divide one of the push or pull and then the last 3 stations.
Yeah.
That's what I think. But oh mate, it's exciting, isn't it? It's really exciting.
Yeah. It's going to be a firefight, man. It's going to be some explosions going off in there. It's going to, and I can't wait. I can't wait. I love it. I love it. I love this stuff. I love it.
Are you coming? You're not coming over?
No. I can't do that. I'm really hoping, once the next year's schedule and everything gets released, that I can get things planned out a little bit more, and then also try to get a little bit more integrated into these races and try to figure out how Hyrox as a brand, as a company or administration or whatever you want to look at it, they've been great, and they've really tried to work with me and tried to get me into these things. It's just a matter of working with the convention centers and the places that the events are at. You know, and then the cities and the counties. So there's a lot of stuff that goes on with behind the scenes with Hyrox that they have to deal with.
Oh yeah.
Besides listening to athletes.
Oh yeah. I was about to say, look, everyone has their opinion, right? And it's so subjective, and I feel for them because they just get criticized all the time, and they're trying to do their best as well. But anyway, we won't go down that. We won't go down that.
Yeah. No. I love it. I love the race. I love watching it, and I'm excited to see the progression of the sport and see where, athletes like yourself take it. All the Americans. We've got some animals over here. So.
Oh mate, yeah.
It's great. I love it.
Yeah, and, absolutely, man. Absolutely.
We'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
I think that's about it, James. I really appreciate you coming on, man. And
no, thank you, Brian.
I appreciate your time. I appreciate your time during the week and everything else, and the dedication to your team and your athletes and the community in general. So we enjoy watching it. So
yeah,
I will.
And keep up your craft, mate, because I wouldn't be fiery at 9 a.m. in the morning for my treadmill intervals if it wasn't for your coffee. So thank you and appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you can do in Anaheim in a few weeks, mate.
Heck yeah. All right, buddy. Yeah. Well, keep me posted. Let me know when you need some more coffee. I'll get it out to you.
All right, man.
All right.
Thanks,
Have a good day. Tell Georgie I said hi.
I will. Cheers, mate.